In the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, 1941, the German battleship Bismarck, the most feared weapon in the Nazi arsenal, is being ripped apart by British shells. 2,100 men are going down with the ship. In the freezing, oil-slicked water, only 115 survivors are pulled out. But one of them wasn't a sailor. It was a black and white tuxedo cat, clinging to a floating plank of wood. This is the story of Unsinkable Sam, a cat who saw the greatest ships of World War II sink beneath him and lived to tell the tale. Or, purr it. Was he a lucky charm, or the ultimate jinx? Let's dive in. Our story begins in the spring of 1941. The cat, originally named Oscar, was brought aboard the Bismarck by an unknown German sailor. At the time, the Bismarck was a beast, a 50,000-ton titan designed to starve the UK by sinking their supply lines. But on her very first mission, Operation Rainabung, the Bismarck was hunted down by the entire British Royal Navy. On May 27, 1941, after a brutal gun battle, the Bismarck sank. Hours later, the crew of the British destroyer HMS Cossack spotted something moving in the water. It was Oscar. The British sailors pulled him aboard, renamed him Sam, and officially inducted him into the Royal Navy. Little did they know, Sam's journey was just getting started. For the next few months, Sam was the king of the HMS Cossack. He patrolled the Mediterranean and the North Atlantic, keeping the ship free of rats and boosting morale. The sailors loved him. But in the Navy, superstition is a powerful thing. On October 24, 1941, the Cossack was escorting a convoy from Gibraltar to the UK when a German U-boat, U-563, fired a torpedo. The explosion was devastating. 159 crew members died. The ship was towed for days, but eventually, the Cossack slipped beneath the waves. Once again, Sam was found floating on a piece of wreckage. He was rescued and taken to the shores of Gibraltar. At this point, the British Admiralty was starting to notice a pattern. They gave him a new title, Unsinkable Sam. You'd think after 2 shipwrecks, Sam would be ready for a nice farm in the countryside. Nope. He was assigned to the HMS Ark Royal, the very aircraft carrier whose planes had helped sink the Bismarck. Talk about a full-circle moment. But Sam was a lightning rod for chaos. On November 14, 1941, returning from Malta, the Ark Royal was struck by a torpedo from U-81. The ship began to tilt dangerously. Because the ship sank so slowly, almost everyone was saved, including Sam. He was found clinging to a floating plank by a motor launch. When the sailors brought him aboard, he was described as angry but quite unharmed. The Royal Navy, however, decided that 3 shipwrecks in 6 months was enough. Sam was officially retired from sea duty. Sam lived out the rest of the war in the office of the Governor of Gibraltar. He eventually moved to a sailor's home in Belfast, Northern Ireland, where he passed away peacefully in 1955. He had seen more action than most decorated admirals. There's a famous pastel portrait of him titled Oscar, the Bismarck's cat, in the National Maritime Museum in Greenwich. But the question remains, was he the luckiest cat in history, or was he a bad omen that brought down every ship he touched? Whatever you believe, Sam's story reminds us of the strange, resilient bonds between humans and animals even in the darkest times of war. If you were a sailor in 1941, would you have let Sam on your boat? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more forgotten history.